Hello, I'm SJCA Athletic Director Dave Wattoon. Welcome to the 2020 Fall Sports Wrap-Up. Let's begin with the Lord's Prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I want to thank all the game operations staff, medical trainers, our administration, and our parents for their cooperation and patience during this unprecedented time. Also, thank you coaches and players for your resolve and leadership competing under tremendous restrictions this season. Even with all the adversity, this season was one of the best in recent years. The boys soccer team won the regional semifinals and played in the regional finals. Palma Dance had the largest team since becoming the academy, with 28 Lancerettes participating this season. The football team advanced to the playoffs and won the first round regional and played in the regional championship game. Girls tennis took second in conference and had an athlete compete at the individual WIAA state tennis championships. Girls volleyball won back-to-back WIAA regional championships and played in the WIAA sectional finals. Girls and boys cross country completed a full season, with the boys team winning the Metro Classic Conference title for the 11th year in a row and advancing to the WIAA state championships. Congratulations to all our fall athletes and coaches. What a terrific season. Thank you, and go Lancers.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to part one of a 15-part series about the 2020 boys soccer season. Just kidding. This is part one of one, and stay with me before you click exit here. I promise to be relatively short and relatively sweet. Start by thanking all of the boys and our coaches for a good 2020 season. So Coach Raul, Coach Josh, Coach Tony, and all the boys for all of your work that was put into this season. 2020 was a challenging season given the uncertainties of the pandemic. Nothing was really normal, if there ever is such a thing. And certainly, perhaps the understatement of the year is that things were different. But for all of our players, especially our seniors, having the opportunity to play was invaluable and truly a blessing. The wins and losses, which we typically look at to define a season, was not necessarily the measure of success this year. It was more of a would we, could we, and how will we compete. And looking back at the 2020 season, I think we competed well. Matches that did not show up as wins reflect how good this team was from a competitive standpoint. One of our early matches against St. Thomas More, St. Thomas More is a 10-plus win team, and it was a 0-1 loss, but again, a loss that we sustained in the final seconds. For everyone who was there knows how we played that match. Another match that we had during the season was the St. Cat's. I believe it was the second game, which was a 1-1 draw. At the time and throughout the season, St. Cat's was ranked in the top 10. I believe they were number 6 at the time in the state. Another team that we competed against was the Prairie School, which they went on to win the state championship. And in that match, our first match with them, we held to a 0-0 draw at half. And the second half was a little bit different of a story, but essentially a 0-1 match, but for a final second goal in a game that's probably best remembered or most memorable because of the number of cards that were given. Those matches, even though they don't register as wins and aren't really what we're striving for, show the strength and competitiveness of this team. Now, on the plus side, we had a win that has escaped us for a number of years, and that was against the Shoreland School, and that was a match that was also played on senior night. So appropriate that that was a victory that we has struggled to earn for a number of years. So that's definitely a plus. The other thing from our season, not only from our competitive nature, but because of the respect we earned, we were listed as a number 3 seed in our conference playoffs, at least going into the playoffs, just behind Prairie School and St. Cat's. Perhaps the greatest accomplishment, I do say this every year, but it's true. It doesn't involve coaching. It doesn't involve any specific game performance, was the positive bond, the friendships, and the memories that the boys built and will continue to build going forward. And that says a lot about the players, says a lot about their character, and it says a lot about our coaching and our school. Let me turn to our team awards. We give out a number of awards each year. 2 team-specific awards, which are the Defensive Player of the Year and the Offensive Player of the Year. This year, for our Defensive Player of the Year, that is awarded to junior Matt Schulte. Matt is best described as a fearless and tireless defender. He is recognized as one of the best defenders in our conference, which is a very good conference, and Matt earned second-team all-conference recognition. The other award that we give as a team is the Offensive Player of the Year. This award also goes to another junior, Andrew Aaliyah. Andrew is best described as a strong, dynamic player who is very hard to hide on the field. He's been marked in every match that we've had and still managed to score 17 goals and 5 assists, or register that for our team. And he's recognized and seen as one of the best forwards in our conference. And Andrew was recognized as a first-team all-conference player. So to both Andrew and Matt, congratulations on those conference awards. We also had senior defender Matt Anthony, senior midfielder Adrian Vasquez, and senior goalkeeper Robert Genuine, who received honorable mention within our conference. Matt Anthony, along with Robert, along with Matt Schulte, and along with Andrew, served as captains for us throughout the year, and they served us well in that role. The next award that we give is our Team MVP award. And this award goes to senior goalkeeper Robert Genuine. Robert has been a dedicated, steady leader for this team. Many of the games that I mentioned above that helped define the competitive success and character of this team were due in no small part to the goalkeeping efforts of Robert. He was a consistent performer for this team, often with an ever-changing back line. And he is very deserving of this award. So congratulations to Robert, our MVP for this past season. Finally, in addition to Matt Anthony, Adrian, and Robert, I want to recognize Patrick LeConte and Tyler Michael, our other seniors, for their work and dedication over the past 4 years. And in addition to Matt Schulte and Andrew, juniors Phil, Gio, Noah, and Cameron, sophomores Ian, Diego, Charlie, Jack, and Micah, freshmen Joey, James, Alec, Ryan, and Keegan. Thanks to each of you for your work and effort throughout the season. I look forward to seeing all of you next year, seniors. Hopefully you'll return for the alumni game. And I wish each of you a healthy and successful rest of the year. Take care. See you soon. Thanks.
Hello. I want to first start off by saying thank you to all the players, coaches, parents, and athletic department for keeping us safe and healthy throughout this season. I'm thankful that we were able to do the dual matches, conference, sectionals, state this season. This season was another success. We went 5-1 in conference dual matches, taking second in conference overall as a team, sending 1 doubles to sectionals, and side note, they earned second team all conference, and also sending 1 singles to state this year. So congratulations, ladies, on another successful season. and playing during COVID. For this season, the MVP award will go to a player in which she grew from the start of the season to the end of the season. She was a hard worker, player, and a great leader to the other players on the team. She accomplished her goal of making to an individual state this season. She is a senior, and her leadership and strong will be greatly missed. For the second year in a row, I have the honor of mentioning MVP to Hannah Altergott. Congratulations, Hannah.
Hello, Lancer football players and families. Thank you all for viewing this 2020 Football Awards Night video. With any banquet or sports awards night that I have done in the past, it has always been my hope to try to create lasting memories while our families and players share their memories with those around them. So, with being away from each other, I just hope that while watching with your family, that there will be smiles, joy, potentially some laughter, and moments from the season or year to talk about just as if we were in person, because there is so much to celebrate and to be thankful for. Specifically for the season, we finished in the top half of our conference, finishing third out of 8 teams. I'm a competitive guy, so when you look at the bigger picture, our team controlled what they could control by being ready to play in those games, but 2 of which were taken away from us due to the pandemic, where we received forfeit wins. So really, we were a 5-conference win varsity football team, which is always a great record coming out of a competitive conference, along with a 4-win and undefeated season from our JV team. Nice job, JV. We had a program sweep against Burlington Catholic Central and Living Word Lutheran. And our JV program also beat Racing Lutheran and BCC another time. And even though it was not a regular season contest, although scheduled for our opening game and will continue to be scheduled as of next year as well, our scrimmage definitely showcased that we would be have retained the Lighthouse Classic Trophy once again, which will be in our hands for another year at least. I know saying that we are Lighthouse Trophy winners might not be the same this year, but for our seniors, getting to scrimmage Shoreland and keeping that trophy in our trophy case is definitely a memory that will be with our guys forever. On top of that, we once again got back into the playoffs and won a playoff game against our new in-conference and crosstown rival, CLS. Ultimately, we were playing for something at the end of the year, and that was a regional championship. Although we did not bring home the regional championship, no other Kenosha team made it as far as we did in the playoffs with something to play for. So we were the last Kenosha football program standing at the end of the season. This, too, is something to be proud of. On to the team awards. Our 2 MVPs for the season are Max McCarville and Caden Tolfree. I think anytime you have 2 individuals on your team who receive all conference in both sides of the ball, you first want to take a moment and make sure you acknowledge their teammates for the work they did around them and in order to help them find their success. So Max and Caden, make sure you guys thank your teammates, which I know you will, but as a coach, I know that they wouldn't be recognized not only in all conference, but as our MVPs of our team if they didn't have teammates around them helping them be successful. But I also want to highlight that and describe that their work ethic, drive, motivation, and determination that each of them displayed and provided our team this year was extraordinary. Really, that they both are multi-sport student athletes. Max and Caden both received honorable mention all-conference last year, and just in one position. And this year they received it in 2 different positions on both sides of the ball. But What each of them did in the off season to get ready for the season was second to none. And each of them played their other sports in the off season and also found time to dedicate to workouts and find extra reps at camps and with their teammates to get ready to go for the season. And on top of that, they both continue to dedicate themselves and be successful in the classroom. So congratulations, Max and Caden, the 2020 football season MVPs. Thank you, and God bless. Coach Rizzo.
The Varsity Lancerettes have had another successful season. It was a pleasure to coach this team despite the circumstances of the world around us. The girls have pushed through this season as a team and became closer than ever. It was a joy to see new friendships being made and old friendships growing stronger. That is truly what high school sports is all about. This season, we had the largest team ever with 28 Lancerettes on the sidelines. This team was made up of 13 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 3 juniors, and 7 seniors. The fall captains this year were seniors Maddie Leinenweber, Molly Morrow, Ariana Connolly, and Naceline Alvarez. Thank you, ladies, for being dedicated to the team and great role models for the underclassmen to look up to. I want to say thank you to my other seniors, Chloe, Carly, and Mia. The team wouldn't have been the same without you three. Thank you for your leadership at practices and at games. To my juniors, Hannah, Nicole, and Alicia, I know the team will be in good hands next year with your leadership. To my sophomores, Katie, Ellie, Elise, and Kate, I see so much potential in you girls. Thank you for your hard work this season. I look forward to the next couple of years with you girls. I also want to shout out to my freshmen, Alexa, Jasmine, Daniela, Cameron, Corinne, Stella, Ella, Jordan, Kaylee, Aaliyah, Joy, Hannah, and Abigail. You girls make coaching so much fun. I know next season will be great. Thank you for making this season so wonderful. This season looked different in many aspects, but the team and I were grateful for the opportunity to participate in what we could. We loved cheering on the football team and dancing on the sidelines at all of the games. Thank you to the athletic department, the SJCA administration, and everyone who did their part to keep our students safe. I am so proud of this team and how far they have come. We had so much fun this season, and these girls were truly the most kind-hearted and genuine girls I've ever met. Thank you for great memories and making coaching so rewarding. It is with great pleasure to announce this year's Fall Season Lancerette MVP, Madison Leinenweber. This young lady was chosen as our MVP because she has been dedicated to our team and all of the events we've participated in over the past years. She was a positive influence on each team member and always had a great attitude. She made practices fun when we needed our spirits lifted, and she took the initiative to get to work when it came time to be serious. She was a great leader and role model to the younger teammates in practice and at every performance. She is truly deserving of this award because of her passion to always improve not only herself, but her teammates as well. I know this is not how we all envisioned our Fall Sports Awards to be, but I wanted to give the team the recognition it deserved. I hope everyone stays safe and healthy in these uncertain times. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Whitney Wattoon. I'm the varsity volleyball coach here at St. Joe's. I'd like to start off just by thanking all of the parents for all of their support and sacrifices towards this program. I'd like to thank my coaching staff, especially Pierce Wenta, for stepping up and leading the team to a sectional semifinal victory. I'd also like to thank our manager, Katie Torres, for providing positive energy on the bench and taking care of our COVID sanitizing needs, especially during our games. To go through a quick season synopsis, this has definitely been a year unlike any other, one that I think all of these girls, no matter what age they are, will remember. Not only did we have to go through a team quarantine for 2 weeks, and we still came out second in our conference, which was great, but then we had a coach quarantined myself for 2 weeks, and I was unable to coach them during the sectional semifinals. But it speaks a lot to the talent of this team this year and the way they were to come together because they were still able to get a victory in 3 games over Living Word Lutheran. We were regional final champions, second year in a row, defeating Christian Life this year, which was great. sectional semifinal run or sectional final runner-up. And then also we had Tori Schuler, who was able to reach her 1,000 career kills and 1,000 career digs, which was a great milestone this year. And Sydney Antono, who's able to reach her 1,000 career digs for all of her 4 years, which is great. One of the greatest achievements, I think, for this team, which I'd like to tell everyone, was that we finished in the state of Wisconsin, out of 329 teams, we finished the season 35th. That's pretty amazing. There were some teams that took off, but it just spoke to the talent of this team, how driven they were. We were able to come back from a quarantine and still be successful. So I'm extremely proud. To get into our MVP this year, before I get into stats on this player, I'd like to share some comments from teammates about our recipient. She works hard and pushes us to do well. She has worked unconditionally for all of her achievements and deserves every one. You know that she is a reliable player who goes all out for everything and is a huge asset to the team. Without her, we wouldn't have achieved all of our successes this season. Volleyball may be a team sport and everyone contributes to points, but she is a huge reason for our success. I have coached this player for the past 4 years, and her growth as a player in person has been a joy to coach and to watch. I have no doubt in my mind that her success and growth will continue at the next level, and this program will forever be grateful to her commitment and dedication over the years. This player ended the season with 34 aces, 224 digs, and 228 kills in only 14 matches played. To finish her volleyball career, this player has 170 aces, 1,026 digs, has been set the ball 3,498 times, and out of those attempts finished her career with 1,172 kills. She reached her 1,000 kill and 1,000 dig mark this season and earned first team all-conference honors. This player is one of a kind and is without a doubt our team's most valuable player. Our MVP goes to Tori Schuler. Congratulations.
This is Coach Furness with the girls cross-country team 2020, St. Joe's, and I just wanted to say a few words about our season. I thought, coming into the season, we were really, quite frankly, we were a team on the brink. We had some very strong teams 5 or 6 years ago, and we've kind of started to decline. And we got to a point this year where we were wondering if we were even going to have a full team. Fortunately for us, 4 freshmen showed up, and that gave us a total of 7. And we had 2 incredible seniors that led us. And as the season went along, our girls became more and more competitive, and it culminated with our subsectional run. They ran 122 minutes, which was 3 minutes faster than any race they'd run all season. Our top 5 girls were all under 25 minutes, and they ran great races at the end. We had girls that made the all-conference team, all-county team, and it was a quite inspiring season to see girls that were, as a team, wondering if we were going to be able to even field a full team, to seeing our girls compete so competitively at the end of the season. For cross-country this year, our girls MVP, we have 2 of them. This is the first time I've been coaching cross-country and track. This would be my 57th season in cross-country and track and field. It's the first time we've ever had 2 MVPs. We started the season with only 3 girls. 4 freshmen showed up, and they were inspired by the leadership of our 2 seniors. So Emma Gecka and Grace Prosco are MVPs this year. Both of them were all-county honorable mention, but it was their leadership which really inspired the rest of the team. Moving throughout the season, bringing the girls together, forming a bond as a team. They became much more competitive as the season went along, and that was really a direct correlation to the leadership that Grace and Emma showed. So they are MVPs this year. Okay, so this is Coach Furness with the boys cross-country team 2020 version. I'd like to talk about our season briefly, and quite frankly, it was really an unbelievable season that the boys had this year. we graduated a lot of kids. We had a lot of seniors that had left our program, and we wondered if we were going to be able to maintain the standard that we had come to get used to. And fortunately, the boys really stood up this year. They outdid themselves, in fact, qualifying for a state meet. So I'd just like to talk for a couple minutes about the team. We had 16 guys on the team this year. And we were led by our captains, Rocco Matusi and Hayden Dipple. And ultimately, the season ended up with a record of 46 wins against 19 losses, the 71% winning percentage. We were able to get 10 meets in this year, so not knowing with COVID what was going to happen, our boys came together and they ran very well, winning their 11th consecutive conference championship in a tiebreaker against Prairie, advancing through a subsectional and a sectional onto state, and then having the opportunity to run at West Salem in a unusual state competition. So we couldn't be more proud of how our boys competed this year and the way that they stepped up and elevated their game, and it was a great season for St. Joe's. I want to announce the most valuable player for this year, and our most valuable runner was senior captain Rocco Matusi. Rocco Matusi ended his career running 17:09 at the state meet. That was 16th place overall, but that performance was top 20 all time in Lancer history. So any St. Joe's runners that have ever run a 5K, Rocco's in the top 20 all time. So that was a very impressive performance, and he had an incredible career. Not only was Rocco All-State Academic this year, but he was also on the first team All-Conference, which he was, I think, 3 years in his career. He was also first team All-County, and he was on the All-County team 2 other times as second team All-County. So he had an incredible career for us, topped off by this season, which, starting where Rocco began, his first race as a freshman was 28:50, and he ends his career running 17 minutes and 9 seconds. What an incredible improvement. He set the example for his teammates every day at practice, and they could see his effort that he put in, and of course that paid off, earning all-conference and all-county recognition, and then being able to go to a state meet and lead his team with a 16th place finish. So Rocco really had a great career for us, and we're very pleased to announce that he's the MVP of the boys cross country team 2020.